everybody, welcome to Mondays with Marc. I'm Marc, and this is Smokeysteveandmarc. Oh, yes, it is. Welcome back. Oh, is it great to see you? I mean it, too. Especially after not being with you yesterday. Oh, man. Tuesdays with Marc. You know, it just doesn't roll off the tongue the same way, does it? No, it doesn't. But I'm super happy to be here. I do apologize about yesterday. I had to work late, and I didn't get home till actually pretty late last night. So there was just no way I could get a video out in any reasonable amount of time. I mean, I could have worked on it all night and put it out at like 5 in the morning maybe, but I needed to get some sleep too, right? Because I had to go back to work today. But anyway, yes, it is great to see you on this Tuesday. And y'all, we have a fun theme today because it's time to get dirty. Oh my, the things we do for a video, huh? Yes, but tonight's theme is, let's get dirty. Okay, now get your minds out of the gutter, okay? I'm not talking, dirty. What is this? This is me trying to be sultry, I guess. I don't know. But I do love a good play on words. Yes, I do. And actually, here's the original thumbnail I was going to do for this video. Yeah, again, me trying to be sultry. So I thought it would be better to stick with, dirt dirty rather than, sultry dirty. Although it just so happens that today is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed your day today and you were able to spend it with somebody that you love. And heck, if you're all alone, I hope you spent it with yourself, with some quality time, because I'm always big on saying you gots to love yourself first, right? Okay, well, we won't go into any of that right now, but yes, I hope you had a very, very nice Valentine's Day. Stephen and I, we're in the middle of our Valentine's Day. So we had a little Valentine's Day and have to film and edit a little bit. And then we'll have a nice one. I'm making a homemade vegetable lasagna tonight. And then we're going to sit down and watch a movie together. And I think it'll be nice. And of course, we have a fun episode tonight, a fun, dirty episode tonight. We have a recipe to do, and I'm actually doing that recipe partly for Steven, partly for work, so we'll be doing that. So yeah, we're enjoying our Valentine's Day today. And then in addition to that, we're going to talk a little bit about the garden, see how the dirt theme is, intertwining here. Because, you get dirty in the garden, right? We'll talk about that for a couple minutes because this is the time, not for planting the garden around, in our area here, but it is that all-important planning time. And if you've been watching for a couple of years now, you know that, that I've had a garden and I do love gardening and I'm pretty good at it. I'm not a professional or anything, but I do love to plant a garden. And this is a new place for us. We moved here at the end of summer last year, so I didn't plant anything last year. So I'm kind of anxious to see what I come up with for the garden this year. But we'll talk about that in a minute. And what else are we going to do? Oh, yes. We're going to have the debut of a new little segment. Ooh, I'm excited about it. Now, before I get into it, I'm practicing with our new microphones. If you remember, I purchased microphones probably I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months ago. I had them for a while, and then I opened them and realized that I bought them and they were for Apple products, right? And we have Samsung, so I had to send them back. Well, the new microphones came, and I've started practicing with them. So I practiced on this next segment. So please forgive me if it's a little awkward or whatever there. I tried my best with the volume and mixing and all that, but it's all brand new to me, and I gotta start somewhere, right? So I did use that on this segment, and this segment, it's called our SSAM Top 5 Favorites. And again, it's like another one of those kind of, well, I always say blessings of the channel, for me anyway, because we're able to share with you things that, well, that interest us and like us, and to be able to share that with other people is just, it's so nice. It really is. And that's what this segment is all about. We're going to count down our top 5 favorite, well, anything really, any subject, any product, food, like anything, all right? So I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's get right to it. This is our SSAM Top 5 Favorite Extreme Gardens. See how it ties in there with the theme? We're counting down our top 5 favorite, well, whatever. From food to travel, from products to entertainment. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, because the countdown begins right now. Gardens are some of the world's most loved outdoor spaces. They're a place to stop, reconnect, and reflect on the wonders of our world. But some gardens are much more unique and much more extreme than others. And today, we're counting down our top 5 favorites. The lively gardens of the Alnwick Castle were restored by the Duchess of Northumberland in 1997. By far the most impressive highlight is the Poison Garden, which has one of the largest collections of poisonous plants on Earth, ranging from strychnine trees and foxgloves to hemlock and deadly nightshade. The garden contains more than 100 plants harmful and sometimes fatal to the human body. Because of its extreme physical dangers, the Alnwick Poison Garden is locked during the day and only available for guided tours. Now, some tourists has even been known to faint just from the presence of toxic fumes. Sprinkled with vine-covered tunnels and witches' huts, and sometimes elaborate and rather macabre displays, the Alnwick Poison Garden is as dangerously extreme as gardens come. Since the garden opened its doors in 1976, it has become the emerald jewel in the crown of Atlanta culture. The Atlanta Botanical Garden is an ever-evolving destination where nature-inspired and fun-seeking families come together to feel human again. Renowned plant collections, beautiful displays, and spectacular exhibitions make the Atlanta Botanical Garden the loveliest place in the city to visit. An urban oasis in the heart of Midtown, the garden includes 30 acres of outdoor gardens, an award-winning children's garden, a unique canopy walk, the picturesque Skyline Garden, and the Cascades Gardens, which the focal point of is the beautiful Earth Goddess. And it even gets better around the holidays with a spectacular holiday light display. Coming in at number 3 on our countdown is the Heritage Museums and Gardens, and it's located in historic Sandwich, Massachusetts. It features 3 galleries for American folk art, automobiles, special traveling exhibitions, and of course, beautifully maintained extreme gardens.
The highlight is a collection of thousands of rhododendrons, including the world-renowned Dexter variety. The garden attracts visitors in flocks to see them in bloom from Memorial Day weekend to mid-June. The gardens are also home to the Hart Family Maze Garden and the Cape Cod Hydrangea Garden, as well as the Old East Mill, a beautifully restored 19th century windmill, and a Marty Kane-designed labyrinth. The Gardens of Bamarzo are sometimes referred to as the Park of Monsters. This unique growing space was commissioned by Pier Francesco Orsini in 1552 as an expression of deepest grief. Although the gardens were designed to shock and scare, the place became so well known that it was open to the public after Orsini's death, and it attracts thousands of visitors a year, where they can stop by for a picnic lunch inside the mouth of hell, a sculpture that provides a small picnic table in an interior stone tongue. Thrilling views and vibrant colors are the most iconic characteristics of this 250-acre extreme garden. The gardens by the bay are particularly noted for their unique approach to conservation, including the breathtaking flower dome, cloud forest, and the impressive super tree grove. Similar to living trees, Singapore's super tree structures range from 65 to 165 feet in height, helping smaller plants, vines, and flowers climb into its branches. During the evening hours, the super trees light up using solar energy to both feed the plants and wow visiting guests. And there you have it, our top 5 favorite extreme gardens. What will we count down next?
Oh, so what'd you think? Did you like it? Did you like the new segment? Did you like the concept of it? I do. I think it's going to be a lot of fun in future segments because we can pick really anything, right? I don't know. Well, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. But and kind of sticking with the whole garden theme, this is the time of the year, and you all probably know this already, where I start planning my garden, and that is one of the funnest things about gardening to me is the whole planning stage of it, right? And this is the perfect time of year to order in all of those seed catalogs, right? I love these catalogs. They are just like, they're packed full of garden ideas and tips and tricks. And of course, all the latest varieties of seeds, of flowers and vegetables and everything. Because I like to see what the new varieties are, that they come out with, And so what I'm going to do, I'll let you know a couple of my favorites. So if you'd like to order them in, you can just go online and order them. They're free. And, they're great. I read these like I read cookbooks. I just love them. And so probably my top favorite seed catalog would be Burpee, and that's usually where I get the majority of my seeds. I've never been disappointed by any of their seeds. And you can order their catalog too for free. And then there's the Young Seed catalog. Ooh, it's another one of my favorites. I love it. And then of course, you may remember I'm like one step ahead of the game thanks to a viewer. Thanks so much again, Fit and Sparkle, thank you so much. They sent me a whole package of seeds, and it's from B&KM Farms there, and I'll put their website right down there for you too, so you can check out what they have to offer. But I'll tell you what, they have me set up already. I mean, there's everything. I cannot believe this. Lettuce, sweet peppers, tomatoes. Oh my gosh. I cannot thank you enough. Cucumbers, everything I need for the garden I have in here. And they come in little, like you can tell, it's a privately owned small seed or nursery company or a farm. You know, they package these by hand, and then they have all the information cards in there. That's something that I didn't see when we opened them up during our mail call. Tells you everything, how to grow them, and just so wonderful. Look, pumpkins. Oh, you know me so well. I'm so anxious to start planting these. And gosh, starting next month, I'll be starting to plant these inside to get the seedlings going. Time is really flying by, huh? So, yeah, this is a new year. A new place for us this year, I should say. And I've never done a garden here. And I am allowed. I did get permission from the owner, and there's a couple places where I can put the garden, but it's going to it has proven to be a little bit challenging, and in the next couple weeks I'll take you outside and show you everywhere what my thoughts were with it. And but like, our property is completely surrounded by very large trees, and the problem I'm going to have is with sunlight. It's not going to get enough sunlight. Now, I talked to the owner briefly about cutting down some of the branches on the trees, and he seemed to be very on board with it, but I don't want to rely on that. There's some that I can do, but this is a big job, so I feel a little funny, insisting that he does this huge project of cutting down all these limbs for me to plant a garden. But if he's willing to do it, hey, why not? And there's a couple other places too. I do know that around the front of our whole building, I'm gonna plant my flower garden, and I think it'll be the wildflower, or like maybe an English cottage flower garden, something like that. Wildflowers around the whole front of the building. I think it'll make it look really nice. A lot better than it does now, So that's the only thing that I have fully decided on. And then, of course, on the porch, we have a nice, big, long porch with a big, long railing. So I'm going to be putting some railing container gardens out there. Oh, for sure. But other than that, I don't know. Everything's up in the air, but I'm super stoked. I'm starting to get the green thumb itch, if you know what I mean. Because it's been a while since I've been outside digging in the dirt and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it, and I know a lot of folks here on the channel do follow along for the garden segments too, and I love exchanging pictures of gardens and stuff. So I think we're gonna have a nice year out in the garden this year. So something to look forward to, definitely. At least for me, it is. I hope for you too. But And so yeah, that's that. Order your seed catalogs, and you know what? Shoot me a message, like email me and tell me what your plans are. Maybe I'll get some ideas too. Woo, I'm excited. All right, so let's move right along here, okay? So I have a recipe for you. I mean, no dirt themed video would be complete without this recipe, right? It's a throwback recipe, probably one of the best church basement recipes out there. I remember this all through my childhood, and it is one of my absolute favorite, hack recipe desserts. Absolute favorite. We're gonna go in the kitchen and make some dirt pudding. Now, dirt pudding, can be very, very basic. 3 ingredients really is all you need. But we're gonna kick it up a notch and gonna make it a little more gourmet-y. Is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word. Of course it's not a word. But I like to use it anyway. All right, come on. Let's go make some dirt pudding. You know, I'm kind of liking this dirty theme going on here. I don't have to do my hair, don't have to get changed, anyway. But, we have a great recipe, kind of a throwback recipe too, and it stays right with our theme too. We're gonna be making some dirt pudding. Oh yeah, also called, well, just plain dirt, It's one of the ultimate church basement desserts, and honestly, it's one of my top favorite, hack desserts out there, And those desserts, include, like lemon lush, or even that pistachio pudding mixture thing. Oh my gosh. My grandmother, oh God rest her soul, she made it all the time. I hate that. I do not like pistachio pudding dessert thing, that whatever it's called. Oh, I just don't like it at all. But I love me some dirt pudding, and I think you will too. Now, I don't know how this could ever happen, but if you've never heard of dirt pudding before, the basic of the basic ingredients are vanilla pudding, whipped topping, oh yeah, you mix those two together, yeah, and then Oreo cookies, right? But of course, we're gonna elevate that recipe a little bit today, all right? So why don't we get started? Here's what we need. First of all, we're gonna need 2 boxes of instant vanilla pudding, and I do prefer the French vanilla pudding. You're gonna need 3.5 cups of milk, 1 whole tub of whipped topping. You're gonna need some Oreo cookies, and I use the double stuff, and I do get the family size, or the party pack they call it. And then you're also going to need 5 tablespoons of butter, which you're going to melt, and 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. And then we're going to need 1 whole block, or 8 ounces of cream cheese. And make sure you let the cream cheese sit out and get nice and soft, okay? If you forget to do it, it happens sometimes. Yeah, you forget to do it, I forgot to do it. All you gotta do is pop it into the microwave just at 10-second intervals until it's nice and soft, okay? It'll take mine took three times, so a total of 30 seconds, okay? So our first step is with the cream cheese. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna combine our powdered sugar with our cream cheese, and we're gonna mix that up until it's nice and creamy, okay? All right, just perfect there. Okay, so now let's talk about our pudding. So I have mine already prepared here and ready to go. And like I said, you're gonna want 2 of the small boxes of the instant vanilla pudding, okay? But don't follow the directions on the package. You're only gonna use 3.5 cups of milk, and then you're gonna whisk it all together and then just let it set up. You know how instant pudding is. It takes 5 minutes to set up, okay? So our pudding is all ready, and now our next step, we are going to mix our cream cheese mixture right into our pudding. Okay, now our next step, oh yes, we're going to put our entire tub of whipped topping, and we're going to fold that right into our pudding mix. All right, we are good. All right, now we're gonna set this aside and let's prepare our cookies. Oh yes. Now for my recipe, I do get Oreos and I do get the double stuff too. And I do get the family pack too. And then I take out, 6 or 7 of them and I set those aside, okay? Now for the rest of them, I'm gonna put them in a Ziploc baggie, y'all. And this is a great time, oh yeah, to get out some frustrations there. Just go to town, beat these babies up until you have a lot of crumbs in there. Of course you could use a food processor too, but it's not as much fun. Okay. Now tell me, there is nothing better than Oreo cookie crumbs, right? I mean, come on. Oh my goodness.
All right, so now this is where our butter comes in. We're gonna pour that right over all of that, and then we're gonna mix it all up. All right, that's great. All right, so now this recipe will make enough for, it's a pretty big recipe. It'll make enough for a 9x13 pan, or like, a 2-quart casserole. Some people put them into like plastic buckets too, a dirt thing, that's pretty cool too. A trifle dish, this looks awesome in a trifle dish. You can even make some individual ones in mason jars. What I'm doing today, I needed something to take into work for Valentine's Day. So I'm gonna use a little casserole dish here, and that I'm gonna take to work, and then I'm gonna have enough left over for a little mini one here to give to Steve, for Valentine's Day.
Aw.
Yes, you're welcome. And I'm gonna make a few individual ones in mason jars too. So, but we're gonna use this right now, and it's time to assemble. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna basically make layers here, that's all. And we're gonna start with some of our Oreo cookie crumbs. We're gonna put that in the bottom there, like that, and give that a little press down. All right, and then we're gonna top it with some of our yummy filling. Like that. And we're gonna make a nice thick layer here. All right, like that. And then we're gonna top it with more of our cookie crumbs here. This kind of represents the dirt of the dirt pudding, right? Dun, 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 dun. All right. Ooh, just perfect. Ooh, okay. So now I'm going to pop this into the fridge and let it chill for, about 20 minutes to a half hour. I want to let it set up, especially the crumbs on top, because we're going to do a little bit of decorating with this next. So I'm going to pop this into the fridge, and I guess I'll fill the rest of my containers here, and I'll see you in about 20 minutes. All right, it's been 20 minutes, and yep, we're set. We're ready to go. Gosh, it looks nice just like that, doesn't it? But of course, we gotta add some more stuff to it. Now, of course, we have some gummy worms here, or gummy snakes, or those little gummy bugs you can use to put on top. And then I also have some green prepared frosting. We're gonna pipe some grass on here too, okay? So, why don't we just get started? And I have the grass tip on there, or the hair tip, and I have it in a pastry bag. You could also use a Ziploc bag too if you don't have pastry bags, okay? And then I'm just, every so often, I'm just gonna put a little bit of grass. I think it's gonna look really cute and add just a nice little touch to this. Okay, now we have some grass on there. Let's add some critters. What are these? I think I got snakes. Yes, I did. And we're just gonna kind of push them down in there so they pop out. Here's a red one. Dun, dun, dun. Ta-da! Doesn't he look cute? Here, I'll hold him up for you. Yeah. It is cute. And we have Steven's little mini one.
Thank you, dear.
You're very welcome. With that, and then these are our mason jar ones here. Don't they look cool? See what, if you build this in a trifle bowl, you'll have all those layers in there. Looks pretty cool. And then they even have their grass and their gummy worm coming out, Oh my gosh. Alrighty dighty. There you have it, our dirt pudding. Ah! Hey guys, hey, we need you to send us your viewer greetings so we can share them in a future video. And it's so easy to do too. Just turn that phone around, hit record, and say hello. Heck, you could even do a special occasion shout out if you wanted to. Well, whatever you decide to do, just make sure it's a minute or less and you let us know where you're from. And as always, thank you so much for watching us.
That recipe was so good, y'all. Or I made it yesterday. I did make it yesterday because I thought, Mondays with Marc would be out yesterday, and of course it wasn't. But well, we tore it up yesterday, and then I took the big one into work, and it went over real well. And I still have a couple of the mason jars left, and Steven has his for dessert tonight for Valentine's Day. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if. I'm very curious if you've never heard of dirt pudding before. To me, I think everybody has heard of it and everybody's had it. You can even buy it in the stores now, especially like in the deli section. But I am curious if there's anyone out there who hasn't heard of dirt pudding. And boy, I hope I inspired you to make it because it put a huge smile on my face last night. At 3 a.m, it did. And we're going to have more tonight, too. So, all right. So, well, whether you're dirty or dirty, I hope you enjoyed your time with me tonight. Yes, I hope you enjoyed getting all dirty with me tonight. Definitely hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell, okay? And then you'll know when we have a new video coming out. All of our contact information is listed right down below. That's our email address and our post office box. If you have any questions on anything that we did today, any suggestions for our top 5, or for your viewer greetings, I need to get those in. I got a few in. I need a few more before we start showing them. Definitely hit me up by email, okay? Or instant messenger. Either way, it is good. So, everybody, thank you again for spending your time with me. I really hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time, all right? Ciao, everybody! Mwah!